So a lot of footballers say that they struggle to find the consistency in their training, especially when they don't have, serious ballers around them who can help motivate them, especially when they don't have other guys who are really trying to take football seriously and try to play at a high level. And to be honest, I get it because I was the same way when I was a young player. I would train for one day and then maybe won't train for the next 3 days. Train for another day and then a week will go by. I haven't trained at all simply because I didn't have the motivation. So today I'm going to be teaching you a mindset you need to have to always stay motivated so that no matter what happens in your life, you're still always motivated to train, work on your game and become a better footballer. When it comes to motivation, there are two ways you need to look at it. There are two perspectives that you need to have. Now, the first perspective you need to have is what are the good things you're running towards? What are the good things that you're striving towards? And then the second perspective is what are the bad things I'm running away from? You understand? What are the things that I'm trying to avoid in my pursuit of becoming a professional footballer? Now, let's take the first point. The first perspective is literally the good things you're running towards. Now, this is obviously self-explanatory. The good things you're running towards are the things that motivate you. Maybe it's you want the money. Maybe it's that you just simply love the game of football. Maybe it's that you have a dream club that you want to play for. Being a footballer has just always been your dream. These are the good things that happen to you. So, for me, example, the things that are driving me, towards training hard, working hard, are simply that, I want to be the best player I can be. I want to play at a really high level. And then also with the YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of that, I want to help inspire footballers. I want to help inspire people to take their football seriously, take their journey seriously, to help people believe that they can actually make it as well. You understand? I want to make it to a high level so that other people can be like, this guy didn't play for an academy. He didn't come from playing at a high level, but through hard work, through tenacity, through just constantly working on his game, he managed to climb his way to play at a really high level. So those are the main things that motivate me, you understand? However, the second perspective is literally, you need to look at things that you don't want to be, things that you want to avoid. Why? Because there are always two things. There are always the things that you want from football, and there's always a reason why you're motivated to play. And the second way is, you need to look at stuff that you don't want to be. Maybe it's the people around you. The people around you, you don't really want to be like them, you understand? You don't really want to be like the people around you, maybe in your area, and it's just like, I can't be like these people. I have to get out of here. I have to be successful in football and in other areas of life as well. This goes for life as well, but I need to be successful in any other area and then just get away from all these people. Like for me, example, I'll be walking on the street in my area, in my ends, and I'll be seeing, people, I'll be seeing homeless people on the street, and even I'll be seeing junkies, you know what I'm saying? Like I live in what's it called? I live in some flats, you understand? And I'll be seeing just people in my flats, just junkies walking around, you know what I'm saying? Junkies walking around, people still walking around in their pajamas at like 4 p.m, you know what I'm saying? These jobless people who, are struggling financially, you can see it in their face. They look dirty. Like I just said, they're in pajamas, but still at like 4 p.m, you know what I'm saying? They're struggling. You can tell that they've been taking drugs. They're fucking junkies, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing where it's like, I can't be like these people. I have to get out of here, you know what I'm saying? I have to get out of there. They're constantly complaining about, you hear them having conversations in like parts of the flat talking about, the government did this, They're having arguments about just silly things, to be honest, you know what I'm saying? So constantly when I see that, I'm just like, I need to work harder. I need to, I need to go harder in training, in YouTube, you know what I'm saying? I need to go harder so I can get more people, so that I can lead them to, and help inspire people, help them as well by, following my course, you know what I'm saying? Go get the weak foot course. If you want to improve your weak foot, literally, it's the best way to improve your weak foot. You get to see clips of me and you get to see highlights so that you know that I'm not just the guy who talks on the camera, and I can actually back my talk, you know what I'm saying? I can back my talk. I'm the real deal on the football pitch as well, not just talking in front of the camera. I'll teach you how to get better on your weak foot in terms of your shooting, your passing, your dribbling, your first touch, etc. You understand? So if you're interested in that, click the first link in the description and get the week four course. But anyway, when I see these type of quote unquote bad things, these are the things that I'm running away from, you understand? I don't want to be like them people that I see every day. And the good thing about it is that it's around me, you understand? So it's a constant reminder. Anytime I'm feeling lazy, it's just a constant reminder of, you have to get motivated. You can't lose motivation because, you don't want to end up like those people. And that's the second perspective you need to have in terms of your motivation. You need to have the good things that you're striving towards and the bad things that you're running away from. Now, ideally, you want them to be close to you, understand the good things and the bad things. Maybe it's that you have good people in your life that you want to be like. Maybe you have an older brother, or you have a friend that he plays at a high level, and you seeing him, play at a high level, play at these nice stadiums, maybe they get boots for free, maybe that they're at an academy. Maybe you have people around you like that. That's a good thing. That's gonna strive you towards your goal. That's a good thing. Or on the other hand, maybe it's a bad thing where you see people around you that you don't really want to be like, you understand? You don't want to really be like, you wouldn't swap places with them, you don't want their life, and it's just like, you're just not trying to be them. You're trying to be as far away from them people as possible. Like in my case, like I said, every time I walk out my house, walk out the flat, I'm just looking at people and I'm like, yo, I can't be like these guys. I can't be like these jobless guys, relying on the government to give me money and all of that, just being lazy, you understand? Obviously, some people are unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? They're in unfortunate situations, but in my opinion, it's one of them where it's like everything in this life is in your control. So I just can't be in them situations like them guys where it's like, I'm relying on the government for money, but I'm lazy as well, you know what I'm saying? At least if you're relying on the government, at least, be working hard, be grinding, be trying to, get your bread up basically. But these guys, you can tell they don't have a job, they don't work, they're just lazy, you know what I'm saying? They just be chilling in their house, or maybe they'll come out on a sunny day, they'll come out to the balcony just smoking their cigarettes, and I'm like, I can't be like these guys, you know what I'm saying? I can't be like these guys. So that's a big motivator for me. Obviously, I want to fulfill my potential, be the best player I can, and obviously inspire thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people to, with my story, so they can see that, I went from playing at a low level to eventually, climbing up, just keep on climbing up the levels to eventually playing at a high level, preferably professional level, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm aiming. I want to be a professional footballer at the end of the day. But yeah, that's literally just my motivation. Those are the good things that I'm running towards, but then the bad things I'm running towards, you know what I'm saying? The bad things I'm running away from, the people around me, you know what I'm saying? Some of the people around me, not necessarily my family, but just the people in my area, you know what I'm saying? The people in my area that just look dirty, that just don't have a good mentality, just always see the negative in life, you know what I'm saying? They're lazy, you know what I'm saying? There's just nothing good about them to admire, you know what I'm saying? So you need to have those two types of motivations, the good things that you're running towards, but then the bad things that you're running away from. If you don't know them now, maybe you do know them off your head. Maybe it's like, alright, cool, there's a certain group of people that you don't want to be like, that you have to see every day. Or maybe it's a good thing where there are a few people that you want to be like I said in the example. Maybe you have a few friends that play in an academy and that motivates you, that inspires you. But you also have to have the bad thing that motivates you. Think about the things that you're afraid of. Think about your fears that you think about, your fears, what you're afraid of being in the future, you understand? You have to have both of them. Once you have both of these, you'll never lose motivation, trust me. Even on the days where you're tired, you're still going to find a way to, get yourself up, because it's always going to linger in your mind about, alright, cool, I really want to do this, I really want to be like this guy, or like this group of people. And on the other hand, I don't want to be like this group of people. I don't want my life to end up like that, you know what I'm saying? Once you have these two perspectives of motivation, you will never lose motivation. There's no such thing as, lazy days. There's no such thing as you just waking up and not really wanting to do anything. You always have that drive to do something. Even if it's not you going 100% to the max, you always find a way to do something productive, do something that'll ultimately push your football career forward, you understand? Just make sure you keep these two perspectives in mind. The good things that you're running towards, and then the bad things you're running away from. But that's the video motivation for today. Trust me, even if you're feeling down, stay motivated, you understand? Even if you don't have ballers around you who take the game as seriously as you do, trust me, once you keep going to these places, eventually, let's say you go to an AstroTurf, eventually you're going to find people. Eventually a guy's going to come up, and then you might be like, alright, cool. Maybe you start seeing each other every single time, and then eventually you start to talking. You get to talking, you understand? That happens to me. That's happened to me so many times, where maybe it's just been me and maybe like two other guys in our own like separate corners just training individually. And then eventually we keep seeing each other so much to the point where it's like, we start a conversation, you know what I'm saying? We start a conversation. Maybe they'll be doing a shooting drill, and then their football flies, and then it comes over to where I'm standing. I pass the ball back, and then we get to talking from there. Just little things like that, you understand? So I don't want to hear, because a lot of footballers make this excuse I see, either it's in the YouTube comments or TikTok comments as well, even Instagram comments. When they see, you know, a guy training by himself, they're always asking in the comments, yo, how do you have the motivation to train by yourself? You know what I'm saying? How do you have the motivation to train by yourself? I don't have anyone that I can train with. And I'm like, yo, trust me, if you just start going to a place where an AstroTurf or even a park that's, you know, that's a known bit in your area, a known AstroTurf, a known park in your area, trust me, eventually people are gonna pop up. People are gonna pop up. People who take the game as seriously as you are gonna pop up, and then you'll end up talking to them, meeting them, start training with them, and then they'll introduce you to more people, and then that's just how the cycle goes, you understand? And then you get introduced to more people, until eventually you're looking around and you're like, yo, I got bare people around me, you know what I'm saying? I have so many people around me, just to the point where, yo, if I ever need a team, I can call this guy. If I ever need a new pair of boots, I can call this guy. If I ever need advice on this, I can call this guy, you know what I'm saying? But it literally just starts with you just being consistent, going to the AstroTurf, going to a park, and just being consistent in your training session, you know what I'm saying? I always say with football, you always have to just, raw action is the way. You always just have to go out there and just train. And then that's when the opportunity comes. That's when luck comes in, you know what I'm saying? When you're constantly just being consistent, really focusing in on your game, that's when that lucky day will happen where you'll meet that one guy who eventually introduces you to a high level coach, and then you just go from there, you understand? It happens all the time. You can look at, you know, a lot of players' stories. You know, they were just training by themselves one day, or they were just training at a certain place, maybe playing a pickup game, or maybe just playing a random game for their team, and then a scout came over, or someone came over, another player came over, thought they were a good player, introduced them to a new level coach, and then they started playing at a high level, and then that's where their climb really started, you understand? So if you're lacking motivation, literally, them two things. Think about the good things you're running towards, what you want to, you know, the good rewards that you want to gain from becoming a professional footballer, from trying to play at the highest level you possibly can. And then, yeah, think about the bad things. Think about the type of person you don't want to be like. Think about the people around you that you don't want to be like. And yeah, think about the traits that those people have that you don't really want to be like, you understand? The lives that they're living, maybe you don't want that for your life. So think about those two things, those two perspectives of motivation, and you'll never lose motivation. But that's the vid for today. Let me know any other videos you want to see in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed. I've been JT, and I'm out.